Hi everyone, and welcome to Connection Yoga. My name is Kat, and today we have a 30-minute beginner workshop, kind of fundamental flow practice. So what I want you to take away from this practice is, if you've never done a power yoga or flow yoga or yoga before class, you will step away with a fundamental flow that you can start to try and do at home, or take the knowledge into a yoga studio so you can maybe feel a little bit more prepared, kind of what you're going to expect. And I'll throw in some modifications as well that you can integrate based on your needs. We all show up differently. Our starting point is very different, and that's because we're different people with different backgrounds and physical experiences. I played softball in high school. I did not do yoga until college. So, that could be your path. You could have been exposed to yoga earlier on or not. But either way, even if you're a veteran or a complete newbie, I hope you come here and kind of maybe dust off some knowledge or gain some new ones in terms of the sun salutation. So that's what our focus will be on today. We won't be doing a full-on, this will just be the basic bones, the bones. And if you're here longer, you'll hear me continue to say bones like that. I don't know, bones. I think I got that from my podcast. Anyway, I have my mat out. I'm actually gonna grab a block as well. If you don't have one, that is perfectly all right. But as a beginner, I would recommend getting one because they are such a fundamental, important tool to the practice. If you don't have one, no worries. You can use other objects. You can use maybe like a water bottle, or I've seen people talk about stacking up cans. I always thought that would be a little clunky to move around, but get you if you want. So block, water, mats, and your ears listening, because I will be talking a little bit more than I normally do in a class. My goal always when I get into a pose is to only give a couple cues, because you can only handle so much in the moment and we only have so much time, and you want to actually enjoy the posture too. So I'll probably be cueing a few more times, trying to focus on some key areas for each of these postures. So yeah, if you're ready, know that by continuing on with this practice, it is an acceptance of waiver of liability. Take care of yourself. And if you're ready, let's get connected. Let's begin in mountain pose. What's mountain pose? Tadasana. Well, stand at the top of your mat, arms by your sides. You can either face palms in or palms to the front. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Soft bend in the knee. Slight tuck to the pelvis as you activate the core. Really support your spine. Shoulders down, away from the ears. The mountain is made of rock. So imagine standing firm and steady. Chin is parallel with the earth. And the top of your head, the crown, slightly lifts up towards the sky. Now this alignment shows up. So just note it here and hold as we take a big breath in. And let it go. Big breath in. Let it go. Big breath in. It might be a little deeper. And let it go. You might seal the lips, breathing in and out through the nose. imagining you're breathing in through a straw. So it's a controlled, steady breath. And find a rhythm to carry through your practice. Bring your hands to your heart, palms pressed together. Setting an intention for your practice. An intention is what you want to kind of center your mind around thematically. Today, I want to set the intention of being open-minded. Open to new learnings, new experiences. I'm open to connecting with myself. So just say internally, softly, I am open. Big breath in. And breath out. Start to hinge at the hips, folding forward. I'm going to put my hands on my block. You can stack blocks if you're taller and need to, or 2 blocks, 1 for each hand if you prefer. I'm going to start with a big bend in the knees. And that brings the stretch to more of the low back. As you straighten the legs more, that gets more hamstring. There is still back, but we'll start here. Hope you've been breathing. Feet are evenly pressed into the mat. So maybe you noticed all your weight is in your heels. Gently shift it forward so some is in your toes. And notice if the pressure of your feet is on the outside more, inside more. Aim to even it out. Pressing into the feet is a fundamental part of the pose. Really connecting to the earth, and then that drives the stability of the leg up into the body. Especially your big toe, you can press it down to really ground yourself. And maybe start to lengthen through the legs if that feels right. Of course, if you don't have blocks, I should have said this sooner, you could put your hands kind of on your legs to support, or simply just float in space, ragdoll wherever feels right. Beautiful. Hands on block or shins, halfway lift, and hold. What this means is you're lengthening through your torso, engaging the belly, squeezing it in, and hips are slightly driving backward as we create this active lift. This really reminds us to engage our core throughout the flow. And release. Forward fold and then roll up, tailbone first, head is last. Hands to heart center. Gently squeeze those hands, reminding yourself of that central line. And start to shift your weight into your right foot, leaving maybe 5% in your left foot before lifting it up. If you're struggling with balance here, you can set it on the block. And then when we lift up, block down. Again, hips are level, one line. And this is a great foundation piece for everywhere else. And gently lower left foot down. We're going to switch our sides. So, soft left knee, shifting the weight. And when you're ready, lift the right leg up. Oops. Keep doing my block. Foot on block or lifted. And I can feel my left ankle seeking to stabilize, so really press the foot down. And the soft bend in the knee will help you kind of take on those wiggles. We never want to lock out the knees. And release right foot down. Beautiful. Inhale, reach arms up to the sky. Holding here. We lift up. Again, we don't want the shoulders to come up to the ears with us. Keeping them down. But kind of lift up through the torso. Lift up through the core. Right? Encircle your left wrist with your right hand. And start to lean over to the right, lengthening through the left side body. So we just did kind of forward and back movement. This is side to side. And back to center, switch, circling left hand around right wrist and lean to the left. You'll start to feel that through the side body, and that'll help you to, if you listen to the sensation, tell you where is the depth that feels right for you. And chest to the front. Don't want to be like, whoa, because then you're not getting the side. All right, beautiful. Now back to center. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to walk through the sun salute. Arms swing down, reach up. Folding, hands come through heart, hinging either to blocks, shins, or earth. Halfway lift, lengthen, pressing hips back, engaging belly. And fold again. From here, we're going to bend our knees, hips dip back, bending hips back. And then you're going to stand up strong, stand up, reach up, hands back to heart. All right, that's a half sun salute. So let's do that again. Linking breath to movement. So inhale, arms swing up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend knees. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, swing arms. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Engage belly. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, bend knees, stand up, reach up. Hands to heart. All right, we add on. Inhale, swing arms, reach up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Bend knees, stay here. We're going to chair pose. So sitting in our invisible chair. Now, I have my inner thighs squeezing together. There is debate here about the feet. I have seen big toes together, heels slightly gapped apart. That's the OG way. But I can find it difficult, especially if you've got, wider hips, wider thighs. Might not feel right. So Just find you. The key is to keep the belly strong, keep the spine long, don't be dumping. Beautiful. Now you're probably yelling at me. Let's stand up, reach up. Hands to heart. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Hands plant. This time we're going to just keep the right foot up, step the left foot back as you bend into the right knee, kind of starting in a runner's lunge. Warrior one. So the back heel comes down, the toe is slightly pointed out, front knee is over the ankle. Once you have your legs engaged, kind of squeeze your glutes and hinge from the hips, lifting torso up, arms up by the ears. Our goal is to have chest and hips aimed forward. So one tip to do that, if you aren't quite there, step the back foot out a little bit wider. Boom. Makes it a little bit more accessible. Warrior one. And you can always shorten the stance here, play with it. And just keeping that over the ankle. If it's slightly forward, that might be okay, but you don't want to okay? Shorter stance means a little less intense. Longer stance, more depth, more energy. Okay? Simple as that. Wink. All right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot to the top. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Chair pose, bend knees, inhale, up. Hold, exhale. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Keep your core strong, step your right foot back. Going to set up. Right heel comes down, toe slightly out. Check your front knee is over your ankle. Maybe you go ahead and widen if you know you're going to want that. Set up, and then stand up. Reach. I've got my fingers nice and spread. Gaze is forward. And I've got a slight tuck in my belly. We don't want to arch unless we want to. And that's not what we want to. We want a slight tuck, strong spine, strong legs. Beautiful. All right, hands to the mat. Step your right foot to meet the left. And stay in forward fold. Bigger soft bend in the knees. You can have hands on the block, or maybe you take peace fingers. Peace. Wrap them around your big toes and pull. Now, if you're not naturally flexible, or you've got some shortness in your hamstrings, it might not be there today, and that's perfectly all right. Just throwing it out there as a future thing, maybe. All right, because we are going to do it again. Maybe a little bit more quicker, okay? So take a breath in here. Release your bind. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Bend knees, stand up, reach up. Hands to heart. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Left foot steps back, warrior one. Inhale, set up. Exhale, stand up. Check your alignment, maybe make final adjustments. And then settle. Breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat or blocks. Got two blocks, that's totally fine. Stepping left foot to the top. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Bend knees, chair pose. Inhale, chest up. Hold, exhale. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Right foot steps back, warrior one. Inhale, set your feet up. Exhale, stand. This is important. Take the time you need. Teachers teach at different paces. You can see, even in this practice, I've had two paces, the slow and the regular. Some teachers teach fast, but never feel like you have to. Breath in, hands to mat or blocks. Right foot steps to the top. Widen the feet out as wide as your mat, toes out, heels in, yogi squat. You can do this with or without your block. To show you with the block, I'm gonna bring it in between my heels, just behind them. I'm gonna squat, bending my knees, hips down. It's like a little chair, a little stool. You can certainly go without. All right, this is a better place for me to talk about pacing. We're in there and I was just like, I'm burning them. So what I was getting at is some teachers teach really, really fast and it's hard to keep pace and don't feel like you have to, kind of do your best. But ultimately, if you don't feel comfortable, don't put yourself at risk to meet the needs of this teacher, the weird ego of like teaching a ridiculous pace. I have had that experience in a class, and as a long-term yogi, I have that confidence to be like, I ain't doing exactly what you're doing, teacher. And you have that right as well. Regardless of experience, you have the right to do what feels right for you. Never forget it. All right, beautiful. Nice little stretch here. Okay. Hands to the earth or block. Move your hips up. Boom. Toe heel the feet in under the hips. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Stand up, reach up. Hands to heart. All right. Let's do this. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Hands to the mat, knees to the mat, tabletop. And take a seat. Didn't want us to have to go through toe squat to come down. Okay. Beautiful. So from here, I'm gonna take seated tree. We're gonna do a little stretchy action here. Some of my favorite basic stretches that are great for beginners. So extend your left leg out. Butterfly your right leg in, foot on the inside of the left leg. And the chest is forward towards the left leg. From here, you can kind of keep that length and walk yourself to your edge. It didn't take much for me to start feeling it, especially in my right hip. That's what this is so good. We're getting the right hip like a pigeon and a left hamstring. Got a little of both. It's so nice. Now, I've got my hand bound to my foot. You can bring it to your leg, to the earth. The goal here is just ultimately don't collapse, to just make this depth happen. It's not about how deep you are. It's about finding that sensation and kind of doing it safely, Don't force it, or else you can force the muscle, and that's never a good thing. Never a good thing, friends. All right, I'm gonna sit back up and switch. I'm also gonna grab some water. Cheers, and forward fold, other side. If If you're a super bendy friend out there, you can always bring the block to the bottom of the foot and bind to the block instead. I know you're all having flashbacks to the toe reach exam in high school. And of course, if you're taller, this is going to show up a little different too. Up, extend both legs forward, grab your block if you have it, and lower onto your back. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna do a twist. So, I talk forward, back, side, side. Rotation is the third plane our body can move through. So, first bringing the knees up, stacking them over the hips. Let them fall over to the left. And you might bring the block between the knees and shins. That will help give you a little extra space. You can do medium or tall or lower medium. The goal is to keep the hips stacked. So if you're finding them being compromised, try and adjust. You want the spine to be long. And of course, no block is an option. Just breathe into the pose. And when you're ready, gently come back to center. And then legs to the right. Taking time, set up, and then I bring my arms to T. Your gaze can be at the ceiling, or for a little extra, you can look away, gazing left. So we've got rotation all the way from the tailbone up through, cervical spine. Blank there. We got cervical, thoracic, lumbar. I feel like I'm missing one. Sorry. That'll come with y'all. You don't need to know all that unless you know it, It just helps to have an anatomy to speak to your body, understand your body, not just in this kind of mental perception way of how you feel in space and time, but also a knowledge of okay, this is my quadricep, this is my glute, and this, just doesn't hurt to have more knowledge about yourself. All right, when you come back to center, you can set your block off to the side. Legs up the wall, feet as if they're on the ceiling. Now, you might have bent knees, that's perfectly all right. My hamstrings are pretty long, so I can keep them straight. But that's neither here nor there. You want your feet over your hips wherever they are to start. This is a little inversion, letting some of that juicy energy drain from our legs. Last pose, bend the knees, and you might grab the back of the thighs and pull the knees in towards the armpit. This is the first version of Happy Baby. You can also grab the ankles, calves, and do the same. If you have it in your body, you can grab your feet. I like to grab the outside of my feet, but I think that might be a bone thing. I've seen some people grab the inside that feels more comfortable for them. Just play. That's the key. Mindfully play. Getting a little inner thigh action. And lastly, release, hug knees to chest. Legs go long, arms by the sides. Shavasana. This is corpse pose. So you can think about what that means and how to manifest this. Lay here like you got nothing in you. Like the earth is purely supporting you. And that might take a time. So start with your toes, mentally moving there. Soften. Scanning up the arches of your feet. Soften. The heels on the earth, heavy. Calves, soft and supported. Legs heavy. Notice your hips on the earth. Try and let go. Your hands, fingers gently curl into the palm. Back of the hands heavy on the earth. Arms moving up the forearm to the elbow to the upper arm. Torso, shoulders, soft. And head is heavy. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Jaw unclenched if it was. Eyeballs heavy in the sockets. And try and maintain the softness. Beautiful. Now you have the option to stay here longer or to close out with me. We do the opposite. Start to wiggle toes, fingers, rolling wrists, ankles, elbows, knees. Reach arms overhead. Reach, point toes, full body stretch. Then roll over to one side using your arm as a pillow. Pause. Giving some gratitude to your body for what it just did. Then gently press up to a seat. Close out together with one connected community breath. Exhale to empty. Breath in. Breath out. Hands together at heart center. Thumbs to forehead, touching thumb to the center. This is your third eye chakra. In our gratitude and growing wisdom, we bow together. Namaste. This namaste can be said inside or out. Namaste. Thank you. I am in awe of you and your ability. You showed up today. You went for it. Let me know if you've got questions, comments, thoughts. That was a little active, so, if you felt like that was a little challenging, you can see here, I got a little sweat going on too. So, it's okay. Yoga, 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 yoga. Okay, sorry. Some people might be in Shavasana still. I just love it so much, and I just want people to hopefully figure out how to, make it serve them, find new ways to learn about themselves. And, even if you're just here to just, for the stress release, for the mobility work, that is a great starting point. It's a goal. It's a beautiful goal. That's where I started. So yeah, and I think, the spiritual, the mental, all the fancy, fluffy things that kind of are packaged alongside yoga, they come with time. But it really does start with the two key elements: asana, the physical practice, and pranayama, the breath work. Those are key. That and mindfulness, being mentally in the now, noticing the experiences right now without judgment, and not attaching to them, moving on to the next sensation that arises in that moment. Those are the key. So let me know if you've got any other questions. We'll be back. I've kind of been on this learning kick at the end of this summer here. So let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I love you all. Until next time, stay connected.